I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, December the 28th, 2015. 3 IDF soldiers were wounded in 2 separate attacks in the West Bank and Jerusalem yesterday. In the most recent, a group of Givati Brigade soldiers were conducting routine security checks on a highway near the town of Hawara, south of Nablus, when they noticed 2 Palestinian men who seemed suspicious. The soldiers asked for the men's identification papers, and the men then took out a knife and began to stab one of the soldiers. Fellow soldiers shot and killed the 2 attackers. Another soldier was lightly to moderately hurt by friendly fire in the incident. He and the soldier who was stabbed were taken to Beilinson Hospital at Rabin Medical Center in Petah Tikva. The terrorists were identified as 17-year-old Muhammad Sabana and 23-year-old Noor al-Din Sabana from Kabatia in the northern West Bank. Earlier yesterday in Jerusalem, an IDF soldier was stabbed in the back near the city's central bus station, lightly wounding him. The soldier was able to fight the assailant and push him to the ground. A security guard in the area also helped to hold down the terrorist until police arrived and arrested him. Israeli police uncovered 2 ammunition and weapon piles in East Jerusalem yesterday. While conducting weapon searches in the area, officers found pipe bombs, ammunition magazines, and bullets hidden in a falafel shop in the neighborhood. The owner of the shop was arrested and taken for questioning. They also discovered 6 pipe bombs, 2 stun grenades, a submachine gun, magazines, and ammunition buried in the courtyard of a house in East Jerusalem. The homeowner was arrested and taken for questioning there as well. Jerusalem District Commander Moshe Edrei said the police operation to uncover the weapons, which were, quote, likely to be used for terror or criminal activities, prevented a, quote, serious attack on innocent people and the security forces. Israel's President Reuven Rivlin hosted the traditional New Year's reception in Jerusalem today for religious and lay leaders of the various Christian denominations in the country. In his remarks, Rivlin noted his meeting at the Vatican with Pope Francis back in September, and the pontiff's remarks there that a true Christian cannot be anti-Semitic. Rivlin in turn told those gathered in Jerusalem today that, quote, a faithful Jew cannot be anti-Christian or anti-Muslim. He said that billions of people look to Jerusalem in hope and prayer, and that there was a shared duty to stand together and show the world that the conflict in the region is, quote, not a war about religion, it is a war about hate. Rivlin said we must work to build bridges between our communities in the Holy Land and around the world. We must build dialogue and show that people with different beliefs can live side by side. Greek Orthodox Patriarch Theophilus III, who was at the event today, praised the Israeli president and said, we who represent the Christian communities of the Holy Land join you in these affirmations and condemnations. He said, we understand the integrity of this region to lie in a healthy diversity of ethnic and religious traditions in which there is true coexistence and mutual respect and security for all. He said we reject all forms of violence and terrorism, no matter what the circumstances. A Jewish airman was one of 6 American troops killed last week in a suicide bombing in Afghanistan. 30-year-old Staff Sergeant Peter Taub, who was from Philadelphia, was among the soldiers who died when a suicide bomber on a motorcycle attacked a patrol near the Bagram Air Base on December the 21st. Taub was assigned to the Air Force Office of Special Investigations. The Taliban claimed responsibility for that terror attack. Several thousand Jewish athletes gathered in Santiago, Chile today to take part in the Pan-American Maccabi Games. The 4,000 or so competitors hail from 20 different countries, including from South and Central America, the United States, as well as from Israel, Australia, and South Africa. This is the 13th edition of the sporting event, which concludes on January the 4th. The Pan-American Maccabi Games aim to, quote, perpetuate and preserve the Jewish communities in the Americas by encouraging Jewish pride, strengthening Jewish bonds, and by creating a heightened awareness of Israel and Jewish identity. The last games, held in 2011, were hosted by Brazil. A 16th century copy of the Talmud sold at a New York auction last week for $9.3 million. Tablet magazine cited auction house Sotheby's, who said the sale was a world record for any Judaic item. The copy was a rare edition of the Babylonian Talmud printed by Daniel Bromberg in the 16th century. Only 14 other such complete copies are known to exist. The record-breaking Talmud was part of the auction by the Valmadonna Trust Library, which is a major private collection of Hebrew manuscripts. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight, Monday, December the 28th. At 7 o'clock, Israel Labor Party's Merav Michaeli talks about improving social justice in the country in a program moderated by Forward editor Jane Eisner at the SAJ in New York City. At 8, Laura Lewis of the Masorti Foundation talks about the connection between American Jews and Israel and explores a range of complex issues challenging Israeli society. That's from JBS's exclusive coverage of the 2015 Limud Conference in Stamford. Then at 9 tonight, Mark Golub sits down with the former Chief Orthodox Rabbi of the UK, Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs on L'chaim. And at 10, comedian Judy Gold talks about her stand-up show, her Jewish mother, and life on the road as a female comic from New York's 92nd Street Y. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, December the 28th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.